Howdy guys, how's it going? So we are out here today to finally do the overnight field test here in the mountains of my Arktis Smock survival kit slash survival loadout slash first level or level 1 gear. So I think it's been roughly 2-3 weeks since we took and looked at this. I showed the EDC that I carry in the Arktis Ranger pants and just any pants that I'm wearing whenever I'm out in the woods, and normally even if I'm going to town or something. But yeah, this is the Arktis Mountain Smock. Thing has tons of pockets. We took and left a lot of room for additional gear. Whenever we first done this kit video, I took and added a few things since that video in particular. If you really want to compare and contrast, just go back, watch that one. But I have in no way, shape, or form, fully loaded this thing down. There's still tons and tons of room in the pockets for additional gear. I switched out in our titanium mess tin. Before that, I had a Rec Pack 700 calorie, drink mix, like a milkshake type deal, like a protein shake, and then a range meal bar. I decided to take and just break down an MRE. That way you had like a meal that you didn't even really have to have water for. You could just eat it cold, and breaking down one MRE, leaving out the heater and the cardboard pieces, I was able to fit all of the components into the mess tin. And what we'll do is we'll just take and boil it in the bag. We'll get some creek water. And then the other thing is, when we was talking about having a water container in the original video, some of you guys let me know in the comments section that these smocks are actually designed for these side pockets to carry the British canteen. So I've got a BCB canteen. It's about 2/3 of the way full right now. And then I still have my Hydro Pack water purifier and filter, along with the 1 liter bottle bag, so that we can squeeze it in there. And then we have the water purification tablets in our survival kit. And going to the survival kit, we done our Altoid survival 10 overnight videos. So with me, I no longer have my Altoid survival kit because I've not restocked it and resituated it. Instead, I have the BCB combat survival 10, which we also broke down probably about a month or 2 ago. Got it from MRE Mountain, along with the MRE that we're going to be eating tonight, and this water bottle. So that's where that stuff come from. And then just to touch on it, in case you're from another country or you're in the United States and you don't recognize any of this type of gear, I try to link to all the gear that is still available to purchase on the internet down in the video description box. So go give that a look. But anyway, oh yeah, sorry, the only additional piece of gear is I have a haversack slash indie bag with me. In it is just a zip-up bag with stuff to recharge the camera, all that type of stuff. And then I do have a wool hoodie. Right now I'm just wearing a button-up Cordia hunting moisture-wicking shirt, and then the smock itself. You could take and have on that wool sweater and hike and then unzip the pits here on this, but me personally, I know that I would still end up sweating a good bit. And so since I have that satchel, just went ahead, took and threw it in there. Good to go. And then hiking along, I came across this spot right here. These 2 trees look like they would make a great spot for us to string up our tarp that we got with us. All that stuff that's in the rear butt pouch area of the smock is still the same. So I'm going to clear this area out a bit, and we'll start getting things set up. So yeah, one thing I did add utility wise to this one, since there was so much room and like really nothing in my upper chest pockets here, except for just a few small items, was a thing of jute twine. So I'm going to use this to tie out the center of the tarp just to give us more space underneath, and we could use this to tie down the front corner lip if we needed to for weather. And there we go. So now we have a nice steep lean-to shelter. We even have a bit left that we can pull under here to form a floor if we didn't have any of our other things that we're going to be using to get us off of the ground. Stake out each opposite corner, even take that upper corner, close it down, pull the floor back. That way, no matter which direction the rain could potentially be coming from, you would have a very, very spacious shelter option. For now, we're just going to leave this kind of folded over the top because we're not supposed to be getting any rain for the next few days. And right now in the cooler weather, you want to be taking advantage of that sunlight. But now what we're going to do is we're going to get out our Titan Survival extra large emergency space blanket. If you're new around here, these are hands down the most durable and toughest, and I think some of the largest emergency space blankets that are on the market. This one has the camo backing, and then we still have the reflective interior. I've been going back and forth in my mind on if I want to try to take and utilize some of the tape that we have in our pocket and turn this into a bit of a bag to stuff, or if I should just try to pile up the leaf debris and then lay this over the top of it. I took and all the leaf debris that I scattered around, or that I removed from the ground, I got scattered around the edge of the tarp here, and I pulled out most of the larger sticks. So I'm going to take and go back through one more time and just kind of pull out a lot of those and then get it piled up, and then we'll kind of see what the dimensions are looking like. Got, I'd say, just over, yeah, about 1.5 feet of leaf debris here, with it being the thickest at our upper body area. It kind of tapers down because you need less as you get towards your feet. Since we'll be leaving our boots on, decide how we want to position it. Now, I would be taking and wrapping my body in this if it wasn't for the fact that we had our Bushman travel gear poncho and bivy bag, because I could actually just take and get inside the bivy bag and then sleep on top of this. But any way that you can add additional layers underneath yourself, it's a good idea to do so, especially since this right here has a reflective side to it. This is what we can do now. Place this here, and then I'm going to kind of tuck it underneath the edge of the majority of this leaf debris and kind of roll it under. And I might even go try to find some sticks to lay along the edge just to kind of keep it compressed. Inward, I mean, like compressed inward. But I decided to do it this way instead of trying to turn this into a bag to lay on, because we will need to kick up and add some more stuff underneath this, and it'll be a lot easier to roll this back and off of it. We got our Bushman gear deal that also has a reflective interior that we'll be able to wrap ourselves up in. And with the Titan Survival blanket, it is way, way, way tougher than like your standard Mylar blanket, so you don't have to be as gentle with it. You don't have to baby it as much, because even if it does get little holes and stuff in it, it doesn't have a tendency to tear. Because I left up a shelter that I built out of these in high winds, rain, everything, and when I come back, it was fine. The only thing is where I had taped it on the corners and taped it together. Tape does adhere to this, and once it's stuck to it, if you try to take the tape off, then you're going to tear it and rip it. But this will work out very good for what we need tonight. Now I'm getting ready to head down and filter water. I'm going to fill up my canteen because it's about empty, and then I'll also bring up the 1 liter Hydro Pack bag full. But what I want to do now is I want to take the last little bit of water that is in my canteen and fill up in this tin. So what I'm going to do is empty out my MRE components. As you can see, I was able to just kind of perfectly fit everything in there, and then in our tarp bag we'll just store it in there so we don't have to carry it on our person and we don't misplace any of the components. And I'll actually go ahead and put our main today is Italian sausage with peppers and onions. Don't think I've had this one. Just pour the rest of this in there. And one nice thing about this mess tin setup here is this thing has a gasket in the lid, so we can actually seal this up. And you know, it's waterproof, so if this was to get knocked or something, we wouldn't lose any of that water. And then in the same pocket where we was carrying our canteen, this is our Hydro Pack water purifier filter. I really like this one because it has a fast flow rate, and then it is compatible with their Hydro Pack stowaway bags. This one is 1 liter, which is the capacity of our canteen. So with that, we can quickly refill our canteen, or with either of these. Since I have water purification tablets in the combat survival kit here, if you needed to, you know, filter water on the go a lot quicker, you could just take and drop one of those tablets into. It also, you know, filters out any sediment or gunk. Screw this on. This filter is also compatible with their hydration bladder that I got, so that's another reason why I really like this thing. And there you go, we got ourselves a fresh canteen full of water. And then just fill this up and take it back with you, and you got 2 liters of water. Oh, alrighty guys, so it is now about 5:30 p.m. The sun is starting to set over the ridge over there, and it looks like, based off my thermometer, that we are right at about 49 degrees Fahrenheit. In my state at the moment, there is a burn ban during a portion of the day up until about 4 to 4:30 p.m. So had to wait, you know, for the time to pass. But part of the reason why I wanted to come out to the mountain today and do this is there is forecasted to be no real wind. At most, like a 2 or 3 mile per hour random gust. But there's been no wind at all today, and there's no wind now. Everything's cleared out. Got a very well established fire pit, so should be good to go. Reaching in to our front left pocket here, we have ferro rod tethered, and then I've got a bunch of different methods that I could use to strike this. I'm just going to use the back of our outdoor element knife. Now this does have its own ferro rod built onto the back of it, But we'll just go ahead and use our larger rod here. And just find the best spot on our knife here, which seems like it's right there. Oh, and there we go. We are lit. I was a little worried about that, and that fire plug didn't seem like it was going to fully go. That's one of those that, like some random one. It's not one of the ones that I normally use. It just looked like it was a little fluffier, but should be good to go right now. But if it had been breezy at all, or any more like any higher moisture out here, then that probably wouldn't have went. All right, now that we got the fire good and going, before it gets dark, I want to go ahead and get our hideout thermo poncho slash bivy out and set up. Because like I don't want to lose these cords or anything pulling it out in the dark. And we will be using the bug net. Like I'll be getting that portion of it out, but as you can see, this thing is very large, reflective interior. Now it does zip on the opposite side where the fire is. That's a little unfortunate, but you know, it's just something you can't really help. But yeah. So yeah, I am ready to take and heat up my MRE main. It's important that you don't use this tin with the lid on it because of that gasket. You can take it out, but they can be a bit of a pain to get back in where they belong. All right, so that's been boiling for a bit. I took and set the cheese in there. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's softening up real nicely. And this is why, like, this right here is a pair of Maroon Bell buffalo leather gloves. Like, if you gotta have any type of glove, you really want a nice, durable, thick leather one. I had the other pair with me that I was wearing throughout the day because it's like breathable and just a good, like, high, good dexterity. You could take and save this water. I don't really need to since I'm close to a water source and I have my other stuff, so I'm just gonna pour that out a bit with a spoon. And we'll take and use this to make coffee. Oh, that is very, very hot. We would use our tin here to make coffee in the morning because, like I said, I got everything in the everything from the MRE except for the heater and the well, let's not do that. Except for the heater and then the excess cardboard pieces. Leave our pouch here in our tin just to stabilize it a bit. And heating it up this way is for sure going to get it hotter than you ever could with the MRE heaters. Because that's probably got chocolate in it. Okay, here we go. So that's cranberry slices. I'm just going to put that there to stabilize our main meal pouch. Okay, I'm not sure if this is what's good to go in this, but it looks like it's got tomato sauce and stuff, so definitely want to put the cheese in here. It up makes a world of difference in how easy it is to put in here and then mix up. And then finally, what I had to do to actually get this to all fit in here is I pre-crushed my cracker so that I could flex and tuck it down in the corners. So this should already be good and broken up. Not sure how much of that I'm going to want to add. Just had a bit of a thick tomato sauce, so I was able to fit that whole cracker in there. Stoked up nice and good, so it is time to crawl in here and hit the hay. Oh, and also I put my wool sweater on about an hour and a half ago. So I got the bug net zipped out. I'm gonna unzip this. Because of the way this thing is also a poncho, it only zips down to about a little more than half, but not quite 2/3 of the way down. The boots are as clean as possible. And this thing's made of tough material, but having your boots on, you still want to be gentle that you don't just like ram your feet in there, so you don't take a chance on the rubber of your boots catching the material and damaging it. And then, you know, not super necessary, but the bug net and stuff right here has a zipper. Just lines up right there. Chill out here and get cozy. Like underneath, it feels like we got enough insulation compressed underneath us. It's already starting to get a bit warmer inside this bag, and we're, you know, been lucky that there hasn't been any you know, breeze or wind. So I will talk to y'all in the morning. Good morning, guys. How's it going? Right now it is about 6:25 in the morning. I actually had a really comfortable sleep overall. I just took and kept the fire going because I'd found some where we had been having a lot of wind. There's a lot of really new deadfall in the area from some hardwood trees like white oak and black oak. So having that denser dry wood, keep the fire burning longer, and just have easy access to like breakable wood was nice. I took and stoked it up. Looked at the thermometer. Looked at the thermometer. I believe we're sitting at around 34 degrees. I'll put it on the screen, but yeah. So all in all, done very well. I took and I rolled up the bug net and just used the bivy as is, just because I got tired of zipping and unzipping that little like smaller zipper for the bug net whenever I needed to throw stuff onto the fire. But yeah, I think all in all, Smock Loadout is 100% a winner. So I'm going to take right now and get some water in our mess tin, and we're going to take and mix up our MRE coffee this morning. Not the best coffee in the world, but it's definitely better than no coffee. Well, it is time to get things packed up and get out of here. So as always, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit that notification bell underneath the video. That way you will get a notification whenever I post. But as you all that have been here for a while know, I'm posting very frequently. So if anything, just check back to the channel. If you're interested in any of the gear that I have used / wore in this video or any other video, always check down in the video description box, because I try to link to everything that is still available. Always feel free to hit me up in that comment section with any questions, thoughts, opinions. I always try to respond to everybody. And that's going to do it. So until the next one, adios.